CoCoTALK would like to thank our patrons, the real sponsors of our show. So a heartfelt gratitude goes out to Al Hartman, Alan Huffman, Blair Ledoux, Brendan Donahue, Brian Weasler, Christina Armstrong, D. Bruce Moore, Davey Mitchell, Diego, Disney Saints fan, Eric Canales, Fedor Stamen, Grant Leedy, Jason Bucata, Jason Downs, Jenna Farron, Ken Reichert, Kyle Etter, Malfunk, Paul Fiscarelli, Paul Shoemaker, Richard Lorbieski, Rob Inman, Steve Bjork, Terry Steen, Terry Steggy, The Backyard Shed Gang, Tom C., and Tom S. Thank you very much, patrons. CoCoTALK is an unscripted live broadcast. Anything can and will happen. The views and opinions expressed by members of the panel and the live audience are their own and not necessarily those of the CoCoTALK show, its sponsors, affiliates, or subsidiaries. Open minds encouraged, sense of humor recommended. If any off-color comments were made, we're sorry.
Hi, this is Dale Lear, designer of TRS-80 Color Baseball, and you're listening to CoCoTALK.
This is CoCoTALK, the world's leading live talk show featuring the Tandy color computer. It's time to drop your socks and grab your real-time clocks, and let's rock.
CoCoTALK is rocking the 8-bit world, keeping the Tandy flame alive. We may be mocked, but we'll never stop, 'cause CoCoTALK is rocking the 8-bit world.
All right, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of CoCoTALK. We bring you episode 153, where we're proud to say that we've been socially distant since 2017.
CoCoTALK is rocking the 8-bit world, keeping the Tandy flame alive. We may be mocked, but we'll never stop, 'cause CoCoTALK is rocking the 8-bit world.
All right, everybody, welcome. We are here. We are live. Possibly technical difficulties, not sure. We're doing the best we can. We've had Zoom issues, might be having streaming issues for all we know. I'm not sure we're coming through on YouTube reliably, but time will tell. But in the meantime, we're here, and we are not going to let the coronavirus keep us down. We're not going to let the 6502 or the Commodore keep us down. We may be not mocked, but we will never stop. We're here. We got a pretty good sized panel here already too. So let's just jump in. And so just so you guys know, we are planning on trying to do a short show today, a short 2-hour show today. And because, okay, thank you, Megan. Thank you. I'm live and on the air.
I know.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Okay. So we're planning on doing a short show because we have the TRS-80 Trash Talkers are coming on at 4 o'clock today too. So we want to clear the airwaves for them, let the smell leave the room, let the fart out of the elevator before they get on the internet. And so that's the plan. So we got a great panel. Let's just go ahead and say hello to everybody on the panel. Let's start with the best-looking man here.
Thank you.
Sir David Ladd, Lord of the Floppies. How the hell are you, David? And are you enthusiastic today by any chance?
Oh, yeah, man. We got to get this show going. We got to get this rocking. And we got to try to get those sprayers going to crush this COVID-19 bug and get our lives back to normal. Are we ready to share and rock, man?
Oh, yeah.
Normal, or David Ladd normal? Because those are
What is
David Ladd normal?
Most importantly, we got to get rid of David.
Yes, he is. Oh my. Well, we can always count on David to bring his A game when it comes to enthusiasm. We also have somebody, speaking of enthusiastic, also not quite as good looking as David Ladd, but he's still easy on the eyes. Alan Huffman's here. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. This is the 42nd anniversary of the original Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, starting out as a radio show. So how can it not be an ultimate day?
You know what?
Oh, where's your towel?
Where is your towel?
Don't panic.
Yeah,
All right.
over. It's over
Wrap
here.
it around your
somewhere.
head,
It
and the
really
corona
is.
will never see you.
And don't
panic.
forget your peanuts for that extra protein.
And I'm gonna stay in the bottom row for now, and we're gonna get both the Australians, 2-for-1 Aussies. We'll start with the big-time celebrity, multiple sport car owner from down under the Thunder, Mr. Nicholas Marentes. Good day.
Good day. How are you all? Ready for another show?
Good. Yeah, I'm happy that you still hang out with us poor people after all your multi-million-dollar sales and Gunstar. It hasn't changed you a bit.
He's slumming with us right now.
We knew him when.
Yes.
Upgraded my shoebox this weekend. I can fit as many a lot more Ferraris now. So
Yes. And next to Nick Marentes, his neighbor, he's only a boomerang throw away. The guy knows a thing or two about analog synths. It's David O'Connor. Good day to you, David.
Hello, everybody. It's as I keep on saying every week, it's wonderful to be here. I'm in quarantine here, but it makes no difference to me because I've been in quarantine for the last 10 years anyway. So good to be here.
Yeah, I think if you own a retro computer, you're not in any threat of contaminating too many other people, right?
It sure is quarantine my social life, I'll tell you that.
Society seems to isolate us already, so...
Yeah, no dating for the
Yes,
time being.
welcome,
Next.
David. And also another David, and he's in Canada. We are definitely keeping the cultural balance here. But Mr. Dave 6809 is here. How you doing,
how's it
Dave?
going, everybody? I'm doing great.
Good. Thanks for joining us. Glad you can make it. And once again, we have you to thank for Game On and all the excitement it brings us all throughout the week. Gives us something to do, something to talk about.
It was a good week, anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. Another Canadian. We won't hold that against him. L. Curtis Boyle.
Hello, everyone.
Going to bring us some news later on today.
I've got some gaming stuff, and then I also got some regular news. So yeah, they're both. We'll see how much we can jam in 2 hours.
All kinds of good stuff. We have, as seen at Coruscant, Hamvention, PenFest 99 and 2000, and also available at racks near you. Jason the Coco Man Reichert, how you doing?
Doing well. In this edition of Coco Talk, brought to you by the David Ladd Action Playset with Dr. Pepper Drinking Action.
Yes.
Reese Weasel sold separately.
Also known for his famous voice acting where he said,
"Stop right there."
All right, it's Jason the Coco Man.
I also like Jim Brain's mention of David Ladd. He said, asking David Ladd to introduce himself is akin to open a container of spoiled eggs.
There you go. Terry Steggy's with us. Hello, Terry.
Hey, everybody.
How's the 3D Gunstar spaceship project coming along?
I just printed the final one. I'm getting ready to get her painted and send it to Nick. So
Cool.
It's going pretty well.
Neat.
Are you going to be selling those?
Are you selling them?
No.
Yeah. He's back with us he was on the show and he came back. So either he's got problems or he likes us. Damon's back. Hey, Damon, welcome back. You're muted.
You're muted.
Zoom mute. He's landing in air. He's like air traffic control. There you go. You're unmuted now.
The evil mute button. Hey, yeah, I'm back. I got my Coco 3 out of the garage. It's actually set up.
All right.
Excellent.
Got to play a game or two on it this week. So
Awesome.
All right.
Quality Coco quarantine time, huh?
But I am actually working right now. We're trying to spin up some more VMs for VPN service before classes on Monday. So I'm going to be listening in and out here.
Okay, well, thanks for joining us again. From sunny Arizona, Rendezvous.
How y'all doing? I had Stanley Steamer come and take care of my beard this morning. We're doing good. We're doing good.
Hey, what's going on Audio Spectrum Analyzer back there? Are we live on there? Are we running through that?
I have the Beatles playing on
Oh,
there.
okay.
I don't. It's not long enough to reach my computer to hook it
Okay.
up that way.
Next best thing to Coco Talk is the Beatles, so that's acceptable. All right, very good. Chet Simpson's with us from Vegas. How's it going, man?
Hey, how's it going? Glad to be back.
Now, I'm a little confused. Is this a real background or a virtual background that you got going on there?
I'm just going to let y'all guess because I ain't going to tell you where the hell I am.
It's not even warping around or anything. So, Brian, the Music Man Shoebrings here. Hey, Brian, how are you? You might have a dry cough.
coronavirus.
You might have a dry cough. You might need to get that checked out.
I was vocally distancing myself.
Vocally distancing yourself. Good answer.
That's a good
Doing
one.
good, everybody, and sorry about missing last week, but
we're not.
other stuff, and I got to drop off a bit early anyway.
Guy who gets a couple of things and makes us jealous. Brian Weasler's here. Hey, Brian.
Hello, all. How y'all doing?
Not bad, not bad. He knows the way to San Jose, and he likes it. Mikey's here. Michael Furman, how are you?
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Doing all
Hey,
right
Michael.
here?
Good. He's also back. He joined us, and he came back again. Robert Allen Murphy's back with us. Thanks for being here again.
This could just be some sort of evil time travel. But howdy from Texas again.
Hey.
Your initials are RAM. Yeah.
Ram, that's true.
Yeah,
Name.
that's for how fast I forget. As soon as you take the power away, it's
That's
gone.
right. Highly volatile. Highly volatile. With a name so nice, we must say it thrice. It's How you doing, Nick?
I'm doing very well, and I do apologize if the social isolation is affecting my people skills.
How will we know?
Yes.
Well, if I get short with you, then I'm probably.
Wait, you're not tall as it is, are you?
Oh,
Wow.
5'9.5". I'll have you know.
Well,
And a half.
Excuse me.
That's 3.5
powder?
inches taller than me.
So as a Canadian, that means he'll be slightly less polite with you.
Yes. How many centimeters is that, by the way? So, yeah.
I don't know.
It
Only half metric.
looks like he's trapped in the phantom zone, but this guy has made some amazing commercials for us. He's come up with the concept of the Coco Caboose. He's come up with how to produce and engineer our show and so many other things. Rob Inman, how are you, sir?
Doing well. Nick Marentes never told me that if you fail your mission in Gunstar, you get trapped on the alien homeworld.
Oh, so there you're there.
Is that where
You're
he is?
stuck.
That's where I am.
We need to send a recon team for you.
and they're eating people.
Yeah,
Soylent Green is people.
Gunstar 2, the hunt for Rob Inman. So, yes.
Hey, Rob, how's the caps on that monitor?
The caps.
Yeah.
It's a fake monitor. I have.
So your capacitors are doing just fine then.
It's got a fake door on it too.
No, it's a fake monitor because the door is still there.
Our resident Apple guy, he's been here since day one. He was on episode 1. He's here on episode 153. Mark D. Overholzer, welcome back, sir.
Thank you. This is a great looking panel. We got 20 people on here.
Yeah, not a bad looking
What
panel.
are you looking at?
We got
Well, how long have you been socially isolated to say that kind of thing?
I resemble that.
So yeah. And our backup streamer and engineer and all around fun guy, we have Mark Bosley in the house.
Hello.
We
Just
just
lost the monitor and just got it back.
And we just been joined by Paul Shoemaker. Hey, Paul, how are you?
Hi, guys. Good. How are you guys doing?
Not bad, not bad. And I am your host this week who almost rage quit the show before we even started, but we're here. I'm Stevie Stroh, and let's kick things off. So are we about an hour and a half into our 2-hour show now? Did we just finish our introduction? So I think we're good there.
Everybody.
All right. Excellent.
It's time
excellent.
for the caboose now. We're good.
All right. So we basically have 2 main segments, right? Well, 3 segments, right? So we're going to have news, we're going to have game on, and we're going to have project updates and acquisitions. Since we're not sure how news is going to run, we'll leave news for the end. So, right, so we'll go ahead and we're going to jump straight into the game on results. We're going to talk about the game we played this week. We're going to reveal the participants and all that good stuff. We'll hopefully hear what game we're going to play next week. You guys can share your tips and tricks. Maybe we'll hear a tip or 2 from the game's author, Nick Marentes, who happens to be here. I believe his best advice is order often, right? Order often, right? So
yeah, subscribe to the once per month plan he wants you to do.
And then we'll get into some gaming news, and then time permitting, some real news, right? Okay, so Ken Reichert is saying the YouTube stream is choppy, and that is very possible. There's not a lot I can do with that. Matter of fact, I maybe when we're done showing off that video, I can stop screen sharing. The way I'm screen sharing right now, I'm not sure if that's affecting anything the way I'm having to screen share for you guys.
To be honest, YouTube is starting to throttle back so that people can get information on the current medical things. So that's happening all over the world now.
So let's go ahead and do it. I'm gonna now cue the intro to Game On. Now, do I have Game On and my soundbite? Let me see if I have
Metro
that
Innovations recommended we just jump right to the closing.
Yeah. So.
Game on! Yeah,
like
game on!
All right, so we're getting ready for the Game On segment. In case you're not aware of that segment is called
Game on! Yeah, game on!
All right, here we go. You going to be ready here, Nick Marotta, in a minute here?
Yes.
All right. All right, everybody. It's that time of the show where we talk about what the Coco is best being done for, and it's not OS 9, I'll tell you that much. It's playing games, people. RS-DOS games, 100% hardware. Let's kick some ass and let's get our...
Yeah, game on!
All right, on that note, a little OS 9 bashing on the subtle passive-aggressive intro to the segment
You
here.
just wait till Beta 5's done. There's going to be a ton of games in that sucker.
I was going to say, Curtis does have my ear, so it is possible that we may do an OS 9 game in the future.
Oh, I don't think that's going to make the final cut. All right, so
Our SD card's going to have to be bigger.
yeah. So what was the game that all the kids were playing this week, Nick Marotta?
So this week's game was Gunstar, and we had an excellent turnout of 14 people participating, and we had to do things a little different this week. We did not count score just because there was the way the game currently is, you could just stand level 2 and arbitrarily rack up your score as high as you wanted. So we felt that score was not a very meaningful measure at this point. So we ended up just keeping track of who played and who finished the game. And I believe we have those results. If you want to roll the video.
Are you ready for me to roll that?
I am.
Roll the tape.
All right, we're going to roll the tape right now. This is the Game On results, everybody. Fasten your seatbelts. By the way, this is a wonderful production brought to us by Rob Ean.
Thank you,
so
Rob.
Here we go.
Tom C. Oh, wow. That's a little...
That's right.
You know, I wasn't going to stress that, but, you know, you can take this however you
Yeah,
want.
we should have listed highest level. I think.
Biggest loser of them all, right there. Oh, that's a surprise.
He was working one-handed, though.
Whoa!
Throw down.
A sinner comes before you.
Shame.
Shame!
Great video there, Rob Inman.
I wear the loser badge with pride.
Hell of a
much.
production there,
Just,
sir.
just out of curiosity, for the people that did not make it all the way through, how far did you get? Level 2, level 3, level 4?
3.
I made it to level 3 last night for the first time on the deluxe joystick after pandering through different sticks. Yeah.
So, Nick, what was the God code you used to get your score? Your
It's Vegemite.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, get a free copy of Donut Dilemma with offer code Vegemite. Check
I
out.
do
Right?
have a new version to release, or a patch rather, to the Gunstar that will fix that little problem about level 2, whereby you can exploit level 2 and just keep playing in level 2, collecting aliens. So in a version 1.1 update, I'll actually have a timer, So after 8 minutes, the aliens will just disappear. The game will keep going. You can still sit there and get the code and complete the level normally, but the aliens will stop appearing. So that way you can't exploit it just to keep getting points. So I'll have that update soon. Yeah.
Yeah, and in the game world, we explain that by the aliens have figured if you've lasted a full 8 minutes, they better run back to the home world and defend it properly. So that's why they disappear.
Oh, that's cool. That's a
Yeah,
good backstory.
yeah, that'll do.
Realism's important.
And of course, that's assuming somebody wants to download the patch because they want to be a dingleberry and just rack up points. They can play the unpatched version and just rack up points. So.
Yeah, it's probably not necessary to download the patch, but yeah.
Yeah, for those who want to, it will be available.
Yeah.
Well, if we revisit the game in the future, which I wouldn't mind, we would definitely want to run that patch. But
yeah,
all my scores that I posted were based on that version 1.1, so they're not exploiting level 2, and I think I got 41,000 something on the scores, and I completed the boss. I completed the game rather, killed the final boss.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it's more impressive if you can get the lowest score and complete the game,
yeah, actually, that's harder.
Yeah, true. Very cool.
Well, tips and tricks, anybody who was playing it? Stevie, it sounds like you prefer the deluxe joysticks. Maybe that's a trick.
Yeah, it took me several different controllers to find one that I could be successful with. The first time I played it, I guess last week, I was using my generic Black Beauty, and the control in general was great on that, but I couldn't line up the glyphs. And so I tried a generic Sega gamepad that the D-pad just wasn't working for me. I tried a Wyco controller. I just found that to be I had to work the stick too hard. That's what she said. So then when it really boiled down to was the deluxe joystick for the win. It was a good compromise of being self-centering, and the range of motion worked well for me. And so now my thumb still hurts from having to mash that crappy button on the damn thing. So
you're saying you were better with it when you were self-centered?
Yes.
I have to say a 2-button joystick really helps, because having to hit the space bar, like reach over, or to hold down the button to wait for your smart bomb to go off is a bit of a bugger. So that's my first tip.
Yeah, the instant nuke was nice. Oh, Tom.
Second tip is if you're running out of smart bombs, and then let's say you've got 1 charge left or 2 charges left, and you see the little red square coming down, is you might as well use it before you recharge it, so you can blow up everything on the screen right then and there, and then get your upgrade to load it right back up, like your little red square. So that's another tip too.
But why are there no smart bombs in level 2?
Because you don't need them.
Yeah, but I wanna fill up my smart bomb
to make your way into level 3.
Yeah.
Well, see, you can still fill it up in level 3, so there's no need for it in level 2.
Or you can fill it up in level 1 and just don't use them throughout level 2, and then you're
yeah, that's what I do.
That's kind of what I'm gonna have to do.
Yeah.
So who
Rob, I think you're fading. You're fading further into the phantom zone on the alien homeworld. It's harder to see you now.
So who has a sticky on their monitor translating between the alien number system and
Christ, that was
kind of going along with the theme of the game being Gunstar, flying a plane. Did anybody enjoy playing with a pistol grip deluxe stick at all? Anybody try playing it that way?
I haven't tried.
That's one I did not try, no.
I did try it. For me, I'm not really comfortable. I like a smaller stick so I can fit really comfortably in one hand almost, and just use my left hand for the fire buttons. When I have this big thing, you have to move that much more physically to move the stick back and forth. For me, it's actually harder for me to play most arcade games, to be honest. I'm used to the arcade, the little red ball that's this tall type thing. That's why the deluxe really works well for me.
I found that to get the win, you really needed to use these smart bombs.
Yes.
When you get to level 3 and level 4, use when the screen is overcrowded with aliens, head for the corner, hit the bomb, and clear the screen. It's going to save your butt.
Yeah, don't be shy with your smart bombs. I think it's a big tip.
Oh no, the more you use, that's the only way to win is.
Yeah, I called that the nuker, and I nuked every chance I got. Yeah. So.
And I don't know, maybe Nick put a little delay on the fuse just to stress me out, but.
Have you got a 1-button or a 2-button joystick?
2-button.
Oh yeah, 2 buttons should happen straight away.
Yeah, it's close, but not fast enough. When the action gets heavy, you really want them to die quickly.
There is a bit of a charge up time for the smart bomb to activate. Yeah.
Once I learned that, then I was able to just run to the edge of the screen, hit the bomb, and there was too much, so I blew them all up, and I finally got the win. It was a lot of fun.
Good.
The final battle was epic. It was just dodging,
I know.
dodging lasers, and
there's so much shit happening on that screen.
Somebody's saying they don't hear me on YouTube.
They didn't hear you during the video.
Oh, during the video. Maybe I didn't have my microphone on. I don't know. Oh, well.
Yeah, I heard you on Zoom, but I didn't hear you on YouTube when we did the high score video.
Maybe I didn't have my mic in that scene. Oh, well.
I think that's part of the premium membership.
Yeah.
Actually, I think you have to pay extra not to hear Stevie during the video.
Yeah. Hey,
Tom Lindo has a question and a comment. Basically, he asked if there's any progress on the strange crash where you might crash when a bomb goes off and you hit the enemy.
No, there isn't. I've been yesterday in particular. I played it so many times, and I actually went and killed the main boss about 5 times yesterday, but it wouldn't crash. I did get one crash, and I thought I was on it, and never crashed for the rest of the day. So I don't know what it is that's causing it.
It did.
So whether it's a hot.
It crashed for me, Nick, one time, but it hasn't crashed since.
I know, it's just very. I don't know.
I'm wondering if the people who are crashing have 2 meg boards too, and I wonder if that has anything to do with it. Because I had a random crash too last night. I don't even know what I was doing, but the whole screen went to green text, and it kind of did some weird crap, and I had to hard reset.
Nick doesn't have a 2 meg board installed right now, though.
And
it crashed on him once. So.
Oh, it did.
Only once.
Okay.
And I've never been able to replicate it again. So it's really hard to debug something that doesn't show up.
Tom says he has a 2 meg also. And he also says he loves it when the ship rolls left and right.
Yeah, that's a cool feature.
I'd like to show you something from YouTube real quick, if I could share the screen.
I'd like to buy a vowel, please. Go ahead, Nick.
Okay, give me one second.
I'll take Nick Moreau to the block.
Yeah.
We don't need the sound for this, I don't think. Can you see that?
I can see it. Oh, is this Henry Reitveld's 1-Up arcade that he put it on?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I have that on the Game On segment, so thanks for playing that. I can skip that one.
Okay, sorry. I thought this was really cool because Nick and I were talking about this yesterday and how it looks like what you'd see in the arcade back in the day.
Yeah.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
I love how he's hacked that thing to make it actually worth playing now that it plays Coco games.
I bet your buzzard bait would look amazing on there.
Oh yeah.
I'd still play like crap, but it would look amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Always comes back to buzzard bait, doesn't it?
And that's the way life is, I feel.
Hashtag why you are wrong.
That does look good, though, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
It's very cool. I like it a lot.
One feature request that I think would be nice, Nick Marentes, would be when you hit the nuker, the smart bomb, if it could also disintegrate the bullets, the alien bullets, because you killed them, but their bullets are still on screen.
It could do, but I didn't think bullets are actually like a living organism, or you know what I mean? It's
but they can still kill you. So like I've had
They
once or
could,
twice where I
but-
nuked an alien and I bumped into his bullet.
The damage from a bullet isn't as bad as the damage from an alien. So
Fair
I
enough.
figured, I'll just leave it in.
Okay, there you go.
That's for the wusses.
Yeah.
That's about it. Nothing else new.
Any tips from you playing wise, Nick?
No, I tend to put on some pretty loud rock music and play it in the background. It really stimulates the anger.
Yeah.
and I get through it quite well. So that's about the only tip I've got. The louder, the better.
I just have a speech program read YouTube comments. That gets my anger level up. So
It's actually a really good time now too to get the music and crank it right up because your neighbours can't come over and visit you because they're in lockdown.
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
So it's an excellent game, and it worked really. I played it on BCC because I don't have my 64 upgrade yet, and it worked really great. So even if you don't have a physical Coco that can play it, it's still a lot of fun, and I definitely recommend it.
That's right.
I'm not sure what Tom Lindo is saying here. He says, if we're taking feature requests, any chance you might release continuation with new bosses, enemies, and maps? Oh, meaning like just add-ons to the same game? Or Gunstar 2? Or
it's possible, but I tend to once I finish a project, I say move on, next project. So I don't.
I was actually laughing at Chet Simpson's background there.
Oh, is he in? Are you in an outhouse now?
Yeah.
Once we hear the EMP, we know it's not a simulation.
It's quarantined. He's definitely
that is
quarantined.
not a clue for the next game, by the way.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do, man.
When we do Outhouse, I'll talk to Chet about making that his background, though.
It's an awesome game, man.
So, Paul Shoemaker, you were in the people who played, right?
Yes, I did play. I don't think I ever submitted a failed screen, but I made it to the asteroids, but not past the asteroids.
I saw earlier in the chat room there's some confusion. I guess some people thought they were only supposed to submit if they did solve the game.
Yeah,
so
it was a
some
little
other people
confusing.
didn't.
I apologize. Yeah. You missed your chance of being called a loser.
No, I was definitely a loser.
Join us.
What'd you think of the game, Paul Shoemaker?
Oh, I thought it was fantastic. Just I never had any problems with it. It never crashed once.
Yeah.
I got the digital version and loaded it right up and played it for long enough that I should have been able to get past level 2, but I wasn't able to get past level 2 yet.
It's tricky, those glyphs, the timing and just knowing how many times to hit them and timing it right and not shooting it too many times. And
sometimes it would just come down right in front of a giant asteroid.
Yeah.
And there was just nothing I could do except crash into the asteroid half the time.
Yeah.
But just a really, really nice game, Nick. Good job.
Yeah, in those cases, just don't even bother trying to get it. Just skip it.
Skip
There's
it
no
and wait
limit
for the next one.
It plays so smooth. It plays well. It feels good. I love the sound effects. I love shooting when there was nothing on the screen just because I love the way the pew 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 sound. I love those laser fire, so it is a visual and audible feast. Well produced and very fun to play game, and gets challenging AF once you get on level 3, man.
I'll take your word for it.
But
it's made in Australia.
Unlike Popstar Pilot, had a bit of an easier grade for me. I was able to make it past level 1 pretty quickly. So
yeah, definitely easier than Popstar Pilot. Popstar Pilot kicks my ass every single time.
Yeah, we should visit that again. David Lord saying, "Is this the bug report episode?"
Now I will put up that version 1.1 patch. It'll be available on my website. At least the files that need to be changed. So anyone who's bought Gunstar can just replace those files from their copy.
Okay.
But I probably will hold off a bit because I still want to just keep searching for this possible bug. If I can just find out how to replicate it, I can fix it. I'm sure it's an easy fix, but I just can't get it to come up often enough.
Yeah, Tom C in the chat room mentioned that it did crash on MAME too. So I mean, if you did try it in MAME with the debugger running and maybe hook a joystick up to your PC there, maybe you can get it to duplicate and just tell it to log every time you play, because it'll do a log dump of every instruction ran, and then maybe you can trace what's happening.
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, that would rule out the 2 meg boomerang board, because it's.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think it's related to the.
Well, Nick doesn't have a 2 meg boomerang board, and it crashed on him too.
I did have it crash once,
point.
But yeah. It can run just about all day, no problems, and just that once, it did the crash. So I don't know.
Yeah, and in my case, I mean, it crashed for me once or twice back when we were doing the beta testing, but since the final release came out and I've played it numerous times since then, it's never crashed for me. So, and I'm running on 2 meg as well. So,
I got through the alien boss 5 times yesterday. I mean, they were long, hard games, and it never crashed during those games. So I don't know.
Interesting.
I have to admit, this week was also a little bit of an experiment, because it might be nice to do games that aren't score-based in the future, like some of the graphic adventures or whatever. So it'd be nice to keep track of who takes part and who actually finishes. So it'd be
in a game like this, I would also add, like, how far did you get level-wise, if there's multiple levels, because it's kind of nice to know you made it to level 3 or 4.
Yeah, we could have asked. We kind of played it by ear this week, so I mean, we're learning as we go. But
The other experiment we did too this week is we actually did a game right after its release, so we wanted to see, does that help sales for other authors that when their games come out? Like, would it be worthwhile to have us cover that game fairly soon after the release and see if that helps the sales of the games for the developer? Nick, what's your take on that? Did you get a small boost? I mean, you're already sold for over a week before we started the game on segment.
I'm sure. Yeah. I think it might have helped a bit because it's good for some people who are sort of on the edge. Do I buy it? Do I not? Will I like it or whatever? Having a stream, say, on the that they can actually see the game can help with sales. Yeah.
So you're able to get the floor mats for your Lamborghini.
Yeah, the floor mats, matching matching floor mats. Yeah,
yes.
It's good.
Good
yeah,
stuff.
That's right. Yeah.
Nick Marota, do you want to announce what game we will be focusing on for next week?
I do. Do you want me to share the screen to show it, or is that just too much effort?
No, you can. And also, I just want to reiterate, because we've said this almost since day one, that the main focus is to get people to play. So whether or not you understood, did I win or did I lose, or should I only post if I got the high score or if I beat the game, that's never been a criteria. The only criteria is to just play the frickin' game. Just play it and have fun. If you only get past the title screen and you die on level 1, we just want to get people playing. And on the same note, Curtis, you're saying you're wondering, did it help sales? I was also curiously thinking the fact that it is so new and not a lot of people have bought it, would it hurt the participation this week? And I don't think it did, right? We have like 14 people participating this week, and that's been about the average.
Yeah, and this is a game that's a bit more restricted too, because it requires a 609. So some people didn't want to play an emulator. You have to have the machine upgrade. I was just wondering, like, is it worthwhile, like, maybe in the future we should wait, a month or two before we do a new release game, or if it actually helps the developer, then do it right away while the fire's hot.
Yeah, I mean, there was nothing preventing anybody from running this in an emulator. Whether or not they chose to use an emulator or not, that's their decision. But there was really no actual literal obstacle to playing this game. If you don't have a real Coco, if you don't have a 6309, you can play it in MAME, you can play it in VCC. So the ability to play the game existed. So I don't think we should start to put up mental barriers around what we're doing here. Let's just pick a game and let's just run with it.
No, for me it was more the timing. Should we do it like right away, or should we wait like a month and then do it? And I think doing it right away actually helps build the anticipation of the game. Like Nick said, people are on the fence. And I think he did get a little bit extra sales a little bit quicker than he might not have, just because people wanted to participate in the challenge.
Yeah, ride the wave. It's kind of like the ride that wave. Hey, Simon Jonason has joined us, the Madman. Welcome, Simon. How are you?
Hey, Simon.
If you release a game and want your game featured, just send me $5.
Are you being socially distant, Simon?
A little payola.
Pardon, Stevie?
Are you being socially distant? Are you isolating yourself?
Isolating. We've been locked down for like 3 weeks, mate.
Wow, good. Well, hopefully you're safe and your family's good.
Yeah, none of us have died yet.
That's good. That's always a positive. Yeah. Sorry, Nick Marota with a drum roll. And without any further ado, you can share the screen. I have not been sharing since we started the segment here. So,
okay.
Yeah, you have the ability. You have the comm.
All right. So the next game will be
Time Bandit. Woohoo! I like this game.
All right.
It's about time.
Good choice.
I never played this one.
So now I didn't fully understand what you're saying to me, Chris. Do you want to mention that?
Yeah, there's going to be, go for score, obviously, if you're into the challenge part of things rather than just participation. But there's also a feature of Time Bandit. If you complete all 16 levels of a single portal, and there's 21 portals, there's 7 for each world, and they go through 1A through 1D, 2A through 2, and they add more keys and more locks you have to unlock for each subset of 4. But if you complete all 16, you will get a secret message that the authors put into the screen, and then that time gate shuts completely off, and you can't go back through it again. So the secondary challenge is, can anybody get any of the secret messages? And the ultimate challenge, of course, is if you can do the whole darn thing and end the game, which I've never done.
The message is different per portal?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You get a different message for each portal. I've solved maybe about 4 of them over the decades, but that's as far as I've gotten.
Interesting.
So ultimately we're going to go for score. But yeah, it's a side challenge if you want to try and unlock any of those. And we'll make note of anybody who does for sure.
And I can give you a preview of one of the messages. It's be sure to drink your Ovaltine.
That's Old Time Bandit.
Christmas Bandit.
And Ken Reichert says, "Mom, Dad, don't touch it. It's evil." And that's a line from the Time Bandits movie. So yeah. Remember that?
My favorite Time Bandit story is I had a little cousin named Rodney who was about 5 or 6, and he came over and I was playing Time Bandit, and he was a huge fan of the Smurfs TV show.
Okay.
And of course, on the Fantasy Worlds, you have Killer Smurfs.
Yes,
and
true.
I'm just mowing them down, and he was crying. I was killing all of his favorite characters.
Oh, poor.
And I said, "These are bad Smurfs. Don't worry about it."
They're bad Smurfs.
Yeah, they were made by Gargamel to take
You
down.
scarred that boy for life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So this game is very much like a Tutankhamun style game as far as how it looks and plays, and how you have the bad guys coming out of the kind of spawners, and the fact that you have to get keys to open up areas. Very much like Tutankhamun, but in different distinct worlds, right? So you've got the fantasy world, you've got the future world, the Western world. Well, what was the other one? The medieval world.
Space?
Yeah, there's space, medieval, or space, fantasy, and Western.
Okay.
And each of those has 7 different subworlds you can go to.
Yeah. And then every time you revisit that same world, it gets more difficult, right? So was there 16? What's the total number of levels you could possibly play?
There's 21 worlds. Each one of those has 16 levels. They're in groups of 4. So the first set of 4 basically just flips the screen around so that your exit's in the upper right corner once, and then the lower right, then the upper left, upper left and lower left.
Mhm.
Not necessarily in that order, but that's the 4 derivatives you get. Then the next set of 4, they add more keys and more locks. So now you have 2. And then the next one might be 3 or 4. And then eventually you get up to, I think it's up to 4 or 5 keys you have to do to get through each screen. And if you do all of those, then you get the secret message.
Interesting. Yeah.
And one of the things about this game, and I remember when the Amigos reviewed it, they were quite impressed with, is the fact that it's unlike most arcade games of the time, where you have to follow the script and you have to go through level 1 to get to level 2 to get to level 3 to get to level 4. Here you can pick and choose. Like if you want to do fantasy, if you want to do space, you can mix and match as much as you want.
Almost get kind of adding what we call open world now, which is a big thing with games. This whole ability to play in the order you want to play in. So yeah, interesting. An open world arcade game in a way. Didn't think about it that way, but that's true.
So I noticed it said cactuses. Should that not be cacti?
Oh, that might be.
So reach out and call the grammar police.
That's right.
We should reach out to the TRS-80 Model 1-3 people on the next show. The what's it called? That we're going to be playing
Trash Talkers.
Trash
Yeah.
Talk, and get them in to play the game as well.
That would be interesting. Yeah.
There is a TRS-80 Model 1 version. Well, originally
that was the original.
Yeah, that's where it came from.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
there's also Amiga versions, Atari ST versions, and DOS versions. Too.
Yeah, I have the VGA DOS version
So
of this. Yeah.
it'd be good to get a few more people involved in a game that's available on multiple platforms.
Yeah, the one issue there is when you get to the Atari, the Amiga, and the DOS ones, though, they're much expanded past the Coco and the TRS-80 Model 1-3 versions. Like, there's a whole bunch of extra stuff. It's not quite the same game.
So was this originally an arcade game, or was this
not a TRS-80 game?
So it was just a game that was ported to a lot of different systems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, to me it looks like it's inspired by Tutankhamun.
So I'm guessing, obviously, this is Coco 1, 2, and 3, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. And actually, the story between Tutankhamun, though, is that Tutankhamun and the arcade came out about the same time that this came out on the Model 1. So actually, they were developed simultaneously.
Oh, wow.
Coincidence.
Interesting.
And it's on the Coco STC image, I guess?
Yes.
It should be on the archive for sure.
It's in the usual places.
Yeah, it's there. It's under Bandit B.
If I remember, is this one of the ones I got permission for legal release, too, if I remember correctly? So.
Yes, Curtis. The answer to that question is yes, we do have legal.
Oh, good.
That's
yeah, because I've got a few dozen authors that are actually about, I think, 30 or 40
You've run that through our CoCoTALK legal team of
I've got
the law firm of D.W. Ladd Esquire.
They're confirming now. Yep. Yes, we're all good.
Okay, great.
Verified by the law firm of Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe.
You've been involved in an auto accident.
You might be entitled to compensation.
What happens when you get on the Nightmare Highway?
Yes.
Nightmare Highway.
All right, so I'm going to stop the.
Stop sharing, Nick. Stop right there.
Stop
Yeah,
that. You're sharing just a little too much, Nick Marotta.
I don't overshare. TMI.
Yeah, so am I. All right, so next
So
week's
there we go.
game will be Time Bandit. Thank you for that. Now, who is the committee that chooses these? Is this a dictatorship by you, Nick Marotta?
Actually, I was in chat the other day, and there were a few people, and they were just kicking around games they'd love to see one day, and that was one of the ones mentioned. So I picked up on that, and so
There's always going to be there's always going to be at least 3 people deciding. It's going to be Nick Marotta, Nick Marotta, and Nick Marotta.
Exactly, me, myself, and I.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a 3-way tie between Nick Marotta, Nick Marotta, and Nick Marotta.
I'm definitely not a cater.
Nick's definitely the ultimate guy. Everybody can make suggestions. I've made suggestions in the past. Some other people have too, but Nick's the ultimate decider.
All right. Well, how about we do this? Since we're in game on mode, how about we continue the gaming with? And I guess I need to stop sharing again because now Curtis Boyle, you're going to start sharing some gaming news, right?
Oh, sure.
Micro Deal released Time Bandit as well, so it's available for the Dragon.
Yes, it is. It plays on the green or white screen, of course, or black and white.
Yeah, and I want to say hi to Mike Miller out there on Facebook, and to Ben Explorer VR joined us on YouTube not too long ago. Hello, everybody out there who's watching us live. We have Rob Inman, Robert Murphy, Mark Overholzer, Retro Innovations, and Ken Reichert is out there in the live chat. I'm just stalling for time while you get ready, Curtis, so continue as you are.
Is there an RGB patch for Time Bandit?
Is there an RGB patch? I'm not sure.
I can find out.
Tim Franklin's out there, Retro Innovations.
I've never looked, to be honest.
Mark Bosley, the Tandy Shack, that's Terry, right? Ken Reichert, hey Ken. Mike Miller has joined us. Tim Franklin says Facebook is good. Fred Dufois is out there.
Time Bandit is listed with Bandit, not Time. In
Yeah.
case you're looking
so
under
Bandit,
T's that ain't there.
Bandit with a B instead of Time with a T, huh?
Yes, welcome to 3 minutes ago.
Yes, okay.
Sorry.
Paul Fiscarelli just popped in saying, yo, how you doing? All right, so Curtis Boy, you want to continue our gaming conversation with gaming news? You have the floor to share.
Ah, crap. Let me stop that again. I forgot to click the sound thing first. I wish it would default the sound on. Or have a way to set it anyway.
There is a file called Bandit O under the Coco 3 patches.
That's Bandito.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a totally different game.
Bandit. Oh, this time it's Mexican.
I was Bandit with like overdone or something. I don't know. Okay, so that would not be the right file.
Bandit, oh God.
Do not play Bandito. That's just it.
Yeah, that's the Irish one. Bandit O'Malley.
Oh my God.
Okay, so first up here, Rob Inman on his YouTube channel, which you subscribe to. He's been doing some gameplay videos and stuff and live streams. Rob, do you ever announce those, or do you just kind of just record them in private?
No, I kind of record them so that I have some B-roll for my high score videos, and but I might do something more formal in the future. This is an old one though.
Well, we're doing 2 weeks worth of game on and 2 weeks of the news, so yeah, there's going to be some old stuff. So anyway, back when Mr. Dig was the challenge here, you did your little video on it, and I'm not going to play it because, of course, we did that.
Well, you can just show the Mr. Do arcade because I did intermix that with the arcade version, so you could kind of compare the two if you want.
Is that before or after? Before.
You could just skim through it and see it's kind of in the middle.
Yeah, because here's part from the arcade game.
Yeah.
For example.
Yeah, you can see by skimming. Yeah, there you go. So there's one of the arcade screens.
It's got a few more colors.
Yeah, it's got a few more colors, but it's the same concept.
Yeah.
And they did do the patterns in the background for the stuff you dig through there, just like the Coco version did, which got into pretty intricate patterns too.
Yeah.
So.
Yep, there's another screen, another level.
Yeah, and it looks good. I love the dithering effects and the.
And the gameplay's fairly close. There's that one thing about pushing the apples, I guess, is a little bit different if I remember correctly.
Yeah, we've got a decent sized panel today. Thanks everybody for being here, man. This is awesome.
Where else are we gonna be?
Yeah, listen.
Yeah, Stevie, and we're not here for you. We're here for the community.
Oh, thank you.
Captive audience.
Yeah, the way I treated you guys before the show, I would not doubt that at all. So.
And this was also from a couple weeks ago. In fact, I'm not even going to try to guess which ones were from last week and from the week before, because I can't remember half of them.
I do have a sound bite that you won't hear, but let me go ahead and do that right now. We are looking at a game that is called Nightmare Highway.
Nightmare Highway.
Okay, as you were, Curtis.
I can imagine what that did.
Yeah.
So Ken for Coco Fest was making a special version of Nightmare Highway. Available on DVD that you can actually order with a nice fancy case and everything else. And I think Jason can probably show that a little bit later. Or did you show it already last week?
He's holding it up, but we can't. Nobody else can really see it right now. Well, do that during
After
during
the game
show and tell.
segment's done, we'll let him take a
Yeah.
show of it there. But it also has the extras parts in there, based on Terry, the power of Terry, I think it was called. So
And as an alleged gift, there's bonus Ken software on the disc, right? So if you remember the commercial,
all of his games as a bonus question mark. Yeah.
Yes.
That'll juice sales.
Yeah. I forgot to order my copy, so I need to do my part and order my copy. So we will do that.
Shame on you.
Mine just kind of mine showed up yesterday. It was like I don't even remember ordering this.
At any rate, Jason, if you want to, kind of show it and you maybe put a very brief explanation after the main game on segment's done, and I stop sharing. Next after that, Wayne Campbell's been working on this for the last week and a half, 2 weeks. He's been doing a series of videos of Sokobon. This is the game that's cross-platform to just about everything. And he actually went through and solved all 50 levels on the Coco cartridge.
Oh my goodness, that's dedication.
Oh wow.
And those last levels look darn hard, I will say. But he's actually playing on the Coco 3, so it has the enhanced colors. If you have it on Coco 1 and 2, it just uses the standard artifact colors. But it's an interesting puzzle game. A little bit arcade element type thing. So he's got if you want to figure out how to solve the levels if you're stuck on one, perfect resource, because it shows you how to do it.
Perfect. Friend of the show, Wayne Campbell.
Yeah. Next up, there's a YouTube channel I've never seen before called Retro Couple GR. And it's in Spanish, and we do have some Spanish listeners, so I thought it'd be good to mention.
And to those Spanish listeners, I'd like to say hola.
Hola.
Now, what he did here is he did a live stream, which unfortunately I didn't catch it live. But he did almost 2 hours of Dragon 32 and 64 games, and he's labeling this as Volume 1, so he's planning on doing more.
Wow. So I wonder if he's in Spain, because that's like Europe, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
And this is a European system, so...
I'm not sure if he is or not. Probably, I'm guessing.
Well, there was a Spanish company that bought Dragon Data.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense.
But there's a couple of games in here. I mean, there's a bunch that we've seen before. There's a bunch that were Coco ones that are, ported back. There's a few we have not seen. At least I haven't seen even on the Dragon, like this Burger Time clone.
Oh, look at that.
Army Burgers.
I wonder if that's from like an AGD port. I noticed a lot of Dragon games kind of look like AGD games anyways. They're all kind of...
Yeah.
Blabby
this
computer
is
games.
This is that's a commercial.
de Blabby Computer Game para esta máquina.
I heard him say El Computer Game. That means the computer game in Spanish.
El Curtis Boyle.
Yeah.
that Curtis Boyle?
Yes.
He may play Bandito.
He's calling me out.
It's Bandit O.
No,
Please.
Bandito.
Bandit O.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, look at that. It's very Burger Time-ish. Yeah.
I think this is actually written in BASIC too.
I was gonna say it's got all the gameplay and none of the speed of an actual arcade game.
Harsh.
But
Yeah,
the
it
sound
sounds like
effects and
play
stuff are very
statements.
basic-y, and I'm guessing he's just using get puts, which actually that's one
Which
of the
is
better-
really impressive, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta love the funeral march, right? When you die. I've never heard that in a video game before. Ooh, he just threw. He's throwing pepper at it. Okay.
I thought he was taking a fart, but sure.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, and it fell on him. That's really good when you think about it. The whole logic
for basic, I was impressed.
Oh, absolutely. Never heard of Fruit Move. Game over in Spanish. Yeah.
Yeah.
El-
Take a look. I made a list here, which is actually in the show notes. You can get on the Discord server under news topic suggestions. So the other games he covered is Bonka, which is a Space Panic clone that was also Dragon unique. And then there's a few games like Canyon Climber that we've seen before, Chucky Egg we've seen before, Fearless Freddy. Can't remember if we saw that one. The
I really
Bells.
like that black and white Burger Time. I mean, you can. everything you exactly know what you're looking at. You know, you can tell it's a top bun, a bottom bun, a lettuce, or a patty. You know, the lack of color does not help your understanding what you're dealing with. You know, so
Except confusing pepper for a fart.
oh yeah. Now this looks like a minor
might just be me.
2049er type thing here, huh? It's called Banca.
Yeah, actually, it's a Space Panic, basically.
Oh, is okay.
So that'd be the third clone we have, because Spectral had one, and I think...
Okay, Banca.
This is a lower res one, because I think it ran in 16K, but...
Okay. Oh yeah, those guys with their little antennas, very space panicky. I'm having flashbacks to frickin' Gomers and Digger 3 right now. So
he's going to start cursing because he can't figure out how to move.
Yeah.
El shit, el shit.
Mierda.
Mierda. Caca,
And here you can tell he's
caca.
using an emulator because he's actually got artifact
Color is here, yes.
Does
so
not
look at
normally
that.
happen. There's old Chucky.
Oh, I like that. Yes, that looks good. The Dragon Data Basic Interpreter. Fearless Freddy.
Another platform game. I think that one I think we have shown before.
Yeah.
Jet Set Willy, Robin Hood we've seen before. The Bells, I can't remember if we've seen that one. Let's see if we can find that one.
Lots of games. So how long is this stream? Like a couple hours, you said?
2 hours, and he's planning a part 2 yet.
2 hours of non-stop gaming action. Gotta love it.
Yeah. So a whole bunch
Here's
of them on
something. Now, is there a dragon version of Donut Dilemma?
Well, they had
Well-
PAL, so I would imagine that Donut Dilemma from the PAL
should've
version
worked.
work fine. It might even get the right artifacting then too.
I think they called it Crumpet Dilemma though over there. So.
Vegemite dilemma.
Vegemite.
You said you lost to what, Stevie?
Oh, David.
Yeah, here we call it a Horton's Dilemma. But
Bless your heart, David. Okay, what's next, L. Curtis Boy? Ooh, no
this
artificial
is a rather
ingredient.
interesting one. Erico Patricio Montero on Facebook made this little minute, almost just under 2 minute. Basically, it's not even a video; it's more audio. He took a whole bunch of Coco games and jammed the sound effects together. And then, if you put more separation, I actually would say this is a good thing to have a discussion topic on, so we can all try to guess. You know, that sound effect came from what game?
Yes, you know that his name is Erico Patricio Montero, and 20 years ago you killed his father. Prepare to die. So
I'll play a little clip. You guys let me know if you want me to play the whole 2 minutes.
yes,
Here, or if you
is
want
this
me to
like
pause it
name
once in a
that
while so you can
sound?
guess.
Is this going to be name
Kinda,
that
but
sound?
it's so quickly rammed together. It's
Okay.
hard to pause.
I
I'll play a
love
few
that.
seconds
I
here
love
and you
that
can guess.
dithering picture though.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah,
good-
that's cool.
Yeah. Looks just like David Ladd.
Okay, what one's that one?
Okay. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Shit, I know the sound.
Because all those sounds up to that point are the same game.
Yeah.
I'll give you a hint. It's a cartridge from Radio Shack.
Oh, Poltergeist.
Bingo.
Poltergeist. Okay, I can name that game in 3 notes. Oh, I know that one. That's Shock Trooper.
Shock Trooper.
Yeah.
We should get buzzers. We should buzz in on this to see who gets the answer and keep score. This
This
needs to be
would
a
good
game show.
contest at Coco Fest,
Yeah,
actually,
this is
to
a
have
great
this
game
lined
show.
up and people
Yeah.
buzz in. Yeah.
Yeah, Boise did that one year with the trivia.
Yeah.
That Dungeons of Daggerath?
No, it wasn't Daggerath.
Is that Megabug?
No.
Nope.
That sounded
That one I
like
do
Shock
know.
Trooper too. A little bit.
Danger Ranger.
Danger Ranger. Okay.
That's part of Danger Ranger too.
Okay. Oh, that explosion sound. That is that's like that's a Lancer.
Yeah, Lancer Pegasus.
That's a
is
Spectral
they're both
Associates,
games.
yeah,
Spectral
Spectral.
used that same sound engine.
Yeah, it's a
But,
Spectral sound.
by the way, I have to turn down my volume on mine way down so it doesn't
Okay.
blast out on the stream
Yeah.
here. So I can't
Okay.
even hear some of these. So you'll have to tell me.
You can turn it up a hair, if, or is it? You're saying it's too loud? Okay. I see
No,
what
it's too
you're
loud
saying.
for you guys if I turn it way
No,
up
you
here.
can turn it up a hair. I think.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's not bad. Oh, that's Ken Kalish. That's 100% Ken Kalish. Was that? I'll let somebody else answer this, but I think I know what it is.
No, that one's not Ken Kalish.
That's
No.
defense.
Yep.
Defense.
Sounds so familiar.
Colorful Software used that same intro sound that do.
Okay, that sounded like Ken Kalashi right
Is
there.
that like Willie's Warehouse or something?
No, Defense is a Missile Command clone. Ron got it right.
I tell you what, if you have one that says Fury by Computer Shack, I'm not going to tell you what it is. Okay, so
yeah, it's obviously Donkey Kong. But...
Devil Assault.
Like Dillard says, some of these are dragon only games, by the way.
Okay, all right.
So broaden your horizons.
There's a few there that ran together.
I love.
This is where I started to lose it because they're so quick. I don't know which ones are which.
Do we have some Qbert or something like that?
Diego has joined us. Go, Diego, go. How are you?
Xenix.
That was
I think these are all Coco 1 and 2 games, if I remember correctly. But
Okay.
yeah, I hope he redoes this again, but I hope he puts a bit of a separation between each.
And Dragon.
So, yeah. And so that we can tell when one game ends, because some of the games he's done have a single sound effect from the game, others have 2 or 3 from the same game in a row.
Okay.
And some of these I honestly don't know well enough. So
this has the same level of consistency as RS-232. Replay that last clip. I was talking over it. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Got me on those. I do recognize the one sound effect, but I don't know what game it's from.
Yeah, I don't know.
That one I know. That's a Ken Kalish game.
Is it really now? Is that Danger Ranger?
Nope. My favorite game
Dungeon
of all
Raid?
time. Nope.
Oh, freaking Phantom Slayer?
You betcha.
Okay.
That's when you shoot the Phantom.
Okay, cool. That sounds poltergeisty.
Yeah, I think it might be. Because that's the energy field on level 3.
That's when you're trying to shoot the ghosts going through the tunnel or whatever, right? Step into the light, Carol Ann.
That, I think, is a dragon game. Isn't that what that's Sadab's game? That we played not too long ago? I'm not sure.
Baddie spelled backwards. That was a great game.
That's one I think that's from. Am I right on that one, Alan?
You know, it's been a long time, but that series of games did things that I'd never seen color computer games do back then. But I remember that one and a few others. Some Moon game with all the 3D graphics and stuff. They all had to be the same author, had the same look, the same sounds.
Erico's in the live chat. He goes, Danger Ranger is definitely, it has some unique sounds, especially the side robot death. Ken's asking, does Ron have to pee by now? Ron hasn't asked for a potty break, but yeah. We haven't taken a commercial break.
We are in the second hour.
Yeah.
You should you pause and we come back? Or
No, I don't know. Everybody has to pee. They can go pee. We're all adults here.
Yeah.
But no, I like this. I like name that Coco tune here. This is cool.
And Dragon.
Yeah. Okay,
I have no idea.
The last two, that sounded like an Intracolor style game. That sounded kind of like Candy Company or something. That was an Intracolor-ish jumping sound.
I'll tell you what it sounds like. Sounds like I got to change my pants.
TMI, Ron. TMI.
That last sound was very...
We have an oversharing soundbite? I want to play that.
Yeah, Candy Company is what Paul Fiscarelli's asking too. So,
yeah,
could be. Are the answers in the description of this video? Like, could you scroll down and see?
No, I think if I remember correctly, Erico mentioned that when he made it, he jammed so many together that he kind of forgot by the time he was done.
That's so funny.
Which is why I would love him to redo one and actually make it a bit of a challenge, like put a little
Yeah,
block of
we can
5
make this a
seconds
game
and then
show.
a pause, and it would be awesome.
Yeah, we need to make this a game show where people can buzz in. D. Bruce Moore is here. He says Bruce is here. All right, let's hear some more of these sounds, Curtis. This is cool.
And I don't know how many games that was. So
I don't know. It just sounded like a bunch of people died.
Sounds like R2D2.
Okay, that's definitely
That's
a
a
buzzard bait.
Yeah, definitely buzzard bait.
Buzzard bait.
It's Nick Murata.
The one before that, I was trying to remember that little tick sound, almost sounded like the scorpion in Dungeons of Daggerath. I'm not sure.
Okay. Yeah, go back. That was a Daggerath sound. That's Daggerath. Yep, that's Daggerethy. Yes, the rings and the blue. Yeah, yeah.
And that
sorry.
little that we just heard, I think that's Protectors 2.
Okay.
Continue on. That was a bit of Lancer there too, I think.
Okay. Way too much stuff.
Got me on those.
Yeah.
I recognize some of the sounds, but I have no idea what game they're from.
Okay, keep it going then.
Any idea on those?
No.
Like now they're so quick, I don't even know if this is the same game or each
Yeah,
little
yeah.
tenth of a second sound bite's a different one.
Ken's asking if that last one was from Forest of Doom, right? So okay.
Sounds like R2D2.
Oh.
That's what I said before.
Yeah, one of those explosions sound like it could have been in Berserk.
Yeah, yeah, that could be.
Phantom Slayer, Mike Miller said, but I'm not sure to which sound. Okay. Okay, that was Zaxxon. That was the Zaxxon explosion.
That's for sure.
That warbly. Yeah. Zaxxon as well. That's. Hey, Ghost Rider.
Those are going too quick.
many.
For me to
Too
really
many.
tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we got the Scorpion from Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, he was in there.
Yeah.
That's definitely Daggereth.
That's Daggereth.
Yeah. Rattlesnake and. Ooh, that's an explosion. That's like a Defender-ish type explosion there.
A Guardian maybe or something?
Okay,
That's your
that's
spectral,
spectral Lancer.
Pegasus or
Yeah.
Lancer or whatever. That was a Zaxxon one there.
Okay, Zaxxon explosions. Yeah, the smaller explosions.
Yeah.
Okay, that was Moon Shuttle. That one, that
Right.
white noise that
That
just
one I
happened.
couldn't remember, but you're right. It is a Moon Shuttle.
Beginning of Moon Shuttle 4 it goes. Yeah.
And the last 2 seconds. Oh, I guess that was it. Sorry.
Oh, that's so cool though. That's a really neat idea. Thanks, Erico, for doing that.
Yeah,
That's
and Erico,
really cool.
please make another one. Kind of separate them out a little bit. Pause, and then keep track of which ones they are. And we'd love to have you on to even help, guest and have us guess. And then you can answer which ones are correct and which ones aren't.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Like a game show. He could be the host, and he knows the answers, right? So we could all buzz in for cash and prizes. Copies of Gunstar and Nightmare Highway.
Nightmare Highway.
So Darren Ottery, this guy, he is a multi-talented guy because he's also posted some videos of him working on music and using the Coco MIDI tracker, doing some music
And
stuff.
a fellow Aussie as well.
Yeah, and another Aussie too. So he's got a lot of positive things going for him. He's talented and Australian. So
Yeah, and he was publishing stuff on the Australian Coco magazines.
Yeah,
including this one here
And-
that Brian Palmer helped him retype in, and then he kind of fixed a few things on it, and you can download it.
yeah.
My second Coco 3, the one that's going in my Model 4 case, that one came from Darren.
Oh, okay. So you actually
Okay.
have personal contact with him.
Yeah, we did an exchange. I sent him my one of my Coco 1s, and he sent me the Coco 3.
So I haven't had a chance to play this game. Has anybody else had a chance to try Frog
It is
Master?
really fun, and the sounds are excellent.
Is it in BASIC?
Yeah, it's in BASIC, and I need to look at it to see how he's pulling off the sounds. The sounds sound like an assembly language program. He must be
Okay.
using the play command really fast or something.
Okay.
So what's the gameplay in it? Like, is it a clone of anything, or is it unique? Or
It's basically a chase game. It's kind of in a way like Snake. You're one of the characters, and you try to go and grab all the other items on the screen, and there's an enemy chasing you. If the enemy hits the object, which is food, it starts leaving a trail behind it, which is lethal. So it's mostly collect the objects on the screen and avoid the enemy or avoid the snake based on if it's leaving the trail. And the top at the screen is a bar of like the countdown, like time left, like in Frogger. So it's a really good game. I only got a few levels into it, then it gets pretty hard for me.
Interesting.
cool. I'll have to try that.
Check out that keyboard.
Yeah, it's an Ed Snyder keyboard.
Yep.
Yeah, but
With
it's
a-
worth checking out just for the sounds alone. The sounds
Okay.
are amazing.
Okay.
It's too bad you couldn't find a bigger monitor.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna need a bigger boat, right? So,
Well, if he upgrades his monitor, he has to get bigger kids too to match.
Yeah, I reached out to Darren because I saw some of his musical stuff, and I said, "Man, we'd love to have you come on the show." He says he's in the middle of relocating a lot of his equipment, and once he gets settled, he'll try to get something set up where we can get him on the show.
Cool. Yeah, because it sounds like he published a few things back in the day in the magazine.
Yeah.
So you can see what all he did.
Darren and I have been talking about collaborating on a couple of Coco music projects.
Yeah, you're just gonna have to get him used to having to get up at 4 a.m. to join us, like you knuckleheads do. So,
We do appreciate you guys from Australia doing that, by the way.
Yeah.
Right, Steve, call you a knucklehead. Yes.
I can handle
That's his
it.
way
Such
of
an
saying he
honor.
appreciates you.
Yeah, it's tough love.
Term of endearment.
It's a compliment.
Gun style load times. This is Henry Reitfeld's demo, huh?
Yeah, where he basically does the gun start load times based on real floppy drives. I think he's patched it for 6 millisecond track to track, but I couldn't tell for sure. It might still be 30. The Coco SDC and then a real hard drive. And the real hard drive actually does come out ahead of even the SDC. Now, that might be because when you're dealing with small floppy images, the SDC emulates a floppy controller so that it's compatible.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if you're running a large image like under a Nitrous 9, like a hard drive image, it actually runs as if it's a hard drive, so it runs faster. So I don't think it's pushing the SDC to its max. I don't know. Do you want me to play the video, or should we just tell the results?
If you can just give us the times, if they're in the descriptions. I know he mentioned this when he was on the air with us too, that it was roughly 24 seconds each, but the IDE one ended up being a second or two.
Yeah, the
faster.
IDE one was 4 seconds faster than the SDC, and both of those were multiple seconds faster than the floppy drive, which is like 40 or 50 seconds, I think.
Yeah.
Talk about what class SD card he was using.
Don't think
I think he mentioned he used a compact flash card and an actual physical hard drive too. So he tried it both ways. So
yeah.
Are those details in the description? I guess no. I guess you're just gonna have to listen to. We did post a link to it, right?
Yeah.
I guess scrub through it and just show part of it, but we don't need to show multiple minutes of this since we understand what he's doing here. Those guys can watch the link.
This is the loading off floppies. You can see how slow
Physical
the bar is going
floppy,
across.
yeah. And why David Ladd is so excited about floppies, I'll never know. So, yeah. Although I do love that crunchy sound. Yeah, I love that floppy grind. Yeah.
This is the Coco SDC, which you can already see is moving faster.
Yeah.
You want Nightmare Highway to take as long as possible, right?
And this is the IDE, which is marginally faster than the.
Yeah, it is. You can see that progress bar moving. Yeah. That's a neat little project.
Yeah, Henry does a whole bunch of really.
He does a lot of cool stuff. I'm glad he finally came on the show. I remember when I spoke to him, I go, dude, I'd love to get you on. You do so many cool things. He's like, I don't know. I don't really do that much. I'm like, dude, we're showing like 4 videos a week from you. What are you talking about? So, yeah.
And he's joined Discord now. He's been active there. And there's a ton of videos I'm not even covering here. He's been uploading there too. So. And this, of course, is what Nick had already shown earlier. Which
that is such a cool project.
cabinet.
And he brought that to Coco Fest last year. Terry Steen got to play Balloon Fire on it, which was kind of cool. The author of Balloon Fire got to play it on
I never got a chance to play it. He took it down after Saturday, I think, or something. Wasn't
I
he
don't
was only
remember.
there one day.
No, it was neat. Yeah. I think I got a video of Terry standing next to it.
But I mean, the track mode that Nick has built in here actually works quite well because it looks like an arcade game in the demo.
Yeah, absolutely. It's such a good game, Nick. Such a good job. For finally, Nick put together a quality game. It's only taken him 40 years to do it. Practice makes perfect. So
it's about time.
This is so awesome. I love that we have XROAR in a browser now.
Well, this is beyond awesome because this is actually a bit extra too. There's that programming project that Kieran's taken part in, and he's using some tricks you can do on the SAM and the VDG and the Coco 1 and 2 and the Dragon to do hardware scrolling. And that's what this is demonstrating. And this has been tested on real hardware and it works the exact same way. That's actually hardware scrolling on a Coco 1 and 2.
Who did this?
Kieran Anscombe, the guy who did Rexware.
That is amazing.
So when you say hardware scrolling, so this is not shifting vertical bytes of RAM.
No, it's not redrawing. Well, it's drawing, each scan line as it goes.
Is this
Basically, it uses
doing,
a trick to offset the beginning. It changes the mode just under where the score is.
Okay.
So it does a normal VDG SAM thing at the beginning with the score. Then it takes 2 lines to resync. and then it changes the mode and switches it, because each of the modes have a different number of vertical lines, right? Like you have 64 and you have 96 and 192. So he's doing these offsets to shift the image down by changing the mode briefly to throw the SAM and the VDG off a few scan lines. So that way he gets a smooth scrolling effect.
So is this working because it's really just the same image that's being looped?
Well, he basically does 2 screens high from what I understand, and then it just
And then what's
wraps the
how
scroll
many
around.
how many pixel lines are we scrolling? Are we scrolling a smooth 1 pixel, 2 pixels, or how's that going?
1.
1 pixel. It is super smooth, but basically this is a finite image in RAM, and we're just kind of offsetting.
Well, it's finite if you're just doing if you pre-render it and then you start drawing. But if you keep redrawing the ends, and this works on the Coco 3 too, if you want to wrap a scrolling screen around, you draw like until you're done your second screen, and then you point it back to the beginning as you've been redrawing the top as well for the next part of your scene. So it becomes virtually scrolling. You can actually build.
So
it as you go.
could you do like what Nick did with Gunstar and have tiles and
Yes.
stuff, and you could load never-ending scenery, or
Yeah, or Xevious or something like that.
Yeah, that is really cool. Who'd have thunk
He had
it?
another demo. He did a GIF version of it where he actually took a picture of his cat that he scrolls through and it just wraps, and you can see.
Yeah,
it
I mean, look
wrapping
how
around.
smooth it is. It's smooth. It's scrolling smoothly, and you got these guys bouncing back and forth at different paces and stuff.
And it
it's
keeps the
just-
score in the top, not scrolling.
Yeah, and the counter's counting. And so not only is this amazing what he's doing with this demo, but the fact that now XRoar runs in a browser, and the Dragon Archive and a lot of stuff on the Color Computer Archive, now you can pull up software straight on the web. And so for those who've been intimidated by emulators, hopefully that barrier to entry has been lowered significantly. You know?
Yeah, and if we get to it in the regular news today, or it might be next week if we don't, but he's actually got deals now with World of Dragon and with Guillaume on the Color Computer Archive that you can actually click links that they're setting up on there, and it'll actually load that ROM disk cartridge cassette image directly into XWare Online. So you just click on that and you instantly jump over and play it here. So you can play all the games that are on the archives instantly.
Oh, Karen's here now too. He goes, man, I only just got out the other side of dinner.
Well, if you want to correct everything I said there,
yeah,
give us the real facts.
Do me a favor, change the render to turn on artifacting. I'm not sure how well this image lends itself to artifacting. Oh, the machine is Dragon 64. I wonder if that has something to do with it.
Oh, maybe phase, maybe. Oh, here we are.
Okay, so here we go. So this is artifact colors now, and it still looks good. Now, actually, it's a little bit easier to the contrast between the white and the blue. Yeah, that's really neat. That's super cool.
Okay, I'll give you a sneak preview here because we covered an earlier version of this with this little cat here, but I'll show you the more up-to-date one. So this is where you lock the score in, and it just shows you the wraparound scrolling.
Okay.
If you're not redrawing as you're wrapping around.
Okay. So this is just we're just looping a cat picture.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's our counter. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this definitely seems like something Simon Jonasson would do, with all his mad experiments. Very smooth. Look how fast that number's going, and yeah, it's super smooth.
Now, it does have some pretty tight timing, so I'm sure you can't make a super busy game out of it, but you can make some pretty darn impressive ones, I think.
So this is not software trickery, then? This is actual hardware trickery?
Hardware trickery.
Hardware trickery.
Karen can probably explain it better than I can, but basically he's changing the video mode between the bottom of the score and the main drawing briefly so that it shifts, like I said, to the different vertical resolutions you get with the different modes. Like you have a 64 pixel where the screen's 64 lines long from top to bottom. Other ones are 96, and then you have 250 or 192, I should say. So he's changing that to offset to shift the screen down because it thinks it's drawing it in one mode, then he immediately switches back to P mode 4, and it picks up drawing from wherever it got shifted off to because it's doing thicker lines. He's got a technical explanation on that on his blog as well.
Cool. And just so you know, too, we are trying to wrap things up at 4:00, and we've got about 40 minutes left. So I don't know how much more we have to cover, but just bear that in mind.
Yeah, we'll finish game on for sure because I've only got 4 left after this.
Yeah, no pressure, no
fly,
worries.
guys.
All right, thanks for being here, Brian Schubring, the Music Man.
Later, Brian.
Stay safe, brother.
Catch you, Brian.
And speaking of, this is Guillaume's Color Computer Archive. You now see all these little Play Now things on the right-hand side.
Right, and just so you know, Curtis, it would be pronounced Guillaume.
Guillaume? Okay,
Guillaume.
sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
My apologies.
He's sorry. Yeah. So.
I'm sorry. I'll send you free poutine.
He's from Central Canada.
Okay,
so this is currently working for Coco 1 and 2 stuff only.
Go ahead.
And he's got it so it links up with XWare Online. So I'll just throw Downline in as a demo here.
Where the downland goes. So it boots into a Coco and then it boots up the cartridge. Boom! Look at that.
Fantastic.
Booting a cartridge in a browser.
If you want to emulate with the mouse or keyboard, which one you want to do, change your color, artifacting, everything else. And this works on World of Dragon and it works on the Color Computer Archive. So there's a ton of software you guys can fiddle with without having to set up emulators and everything else.
So
I won't go through a whole bunch of them
you'll
here.
Insta-link. Now, just a second ago, Karen was saying that this was enabled by Stuart Orchard figuring out how the SAM counters work, by the way. Stuart Orchard, who's working on that game, Return to the Beast or whatever?
Yeah, it's kind of a four-way
so
scroller,
he says
isn't it?
kudos to him. So give him props to Stuart. No,
Cool.
But it's so cool that we can run XRoar in a browser and Insta-link and Insta-boot. Kind of like what Alan was doing for Donkey King, how he's running that Mocha emulator, where it had some things in here. But now this is something that's going to be actively worked on with XRoar. So I'm sure as XRoar gets updated and features are added, that it'll carry itself over. So it's super cool, man.
It is. Very
Thank you.
much so.
Thank you, Karen.
And Karen, anytime you want to come on and kind of explain the hardware trickery, won't be today because we're short for time, but love to have you on to have a little bit of a tech segment on that. That'd be really cool.
Absolutely.
You might even teach Nick Marentes how to program.
Yeah.
You might make Stevie's head explode.
Hey.
So anyway, it's linked up, so there's a ton of games. Right now, last time I checked, the Color Computer Archive only has cartridges enabled for that, but he's going to be adding cassette and disc images afterwards. So basically, the entire
cool.
archive for the Coco 1 and 2 can be available.
That is so cool.
Hey,
Jim
this
Gary.
week's, or 2 weeks worth of Jim Gary. So he's released the Coco and Dragon versions of 4 different text adventures, including Dog Star, which is one we talked about previously. That was one of the earlier Scott Adams Adventure International games. So he's ported that one over, and then he's got Night of the Vampire Bunnies and Mystery of the Flagstone Manor and Mind Busters.
Is the Vampire Bunny what was in Monty Python's The Holy Grail?
No, it wasn't a vampire. That was just a killer rabbit, wasn't it? It was just homicidal. It wasn't. A
Okay,
vampire.
gnarly fangs. Yeah.
So he's got those available for download as well as screenshots. So if you guys are into text adventure games, there's 4 quote unquote new ones. They're actually ports from elsewhere, but. And then he's ported another card game called The Devil's Whist, which I'm not familiar with. This is originally from Australian Coco, December 1986 issue, which is actually pretty close to when Frogmaster came out from Darren Ottery we were talking about earlier. So there's apparently a lot of stuff we have not seen from the Australian Coco magazine, and I know Brian is busy, getting them all ported onto disc images, and that's starting to upload them. I've seen a few on Facebook and a few on the archives. So hopefully we'll start getting caught up on all the stuff we didn't see from Australia too.
Neat. And thank you, Fred Dufois, for posting the links as we go. So we're getting real-time linkage as Curtis is unveiling this. Great teamwork, guys. Great production going on here.
And the last one I just found yesterday. Total surprise to me. A new channel called Cuthbert Dragon. They're doing short video playthroughs of some of the games on the Dragon.
Okay.
Some are Coco ports, some are native Dragon ports. The nice thing I find interesting here is that they've actually got some of the original packaging for the game. So you'll see a few of these, like Talking Android Attack, Starship Chameleon, Time Bandit, Trek Boar, actually have the Dragon version of the actual software packaging and documentation next to it. And I have to say one thing from what I've seen, because I've got some of these same games, I've got the North American versions of it. The Dragon people actually did much more professional packaging than most of us did. They actually had like almost like modern times where you get like a CD case. It's not quite, but it's more similar to that than some of these, Xerox sheets we used to get here from Tom Mix and stuff. So very impressive. I'll just show you a couple.
No, it looks like they're playing them on real TVs too. So kind of like our lava lamp buddy, just showing us the real hardware. Oh, there's the cassette right there. That is so cool, right?
Yep.
Okay, Android Attack, which is okay.
Yep, Berserk clone from Spectral.
Coward.
Yeah, the lisping one. Coward.
Intruder alert. Intruder alert.
Ah, you stupid thing.
I like this. Yeah, so we're putting a link to this. I'm going to have to subscribe. Is that Time Bandit in green?
Yes, it is.
Holy shite.
Time Bandit with the P Mode 3
Oh,
colors.
my God.
Oh,
make it...
come on, YouTube, you bugger.
Ken says Cuthbert goes to a house of ill repute. Cuthbert's had many adventures. Hey, that game looks familiar. Starship Chameleon.
That was one of our Game On challenges earlier.
This TV is not quite as cool as the Lava Lamp Guy's TV, but it's still real
got
hardware.
the original packaging. Like, that's pretty impressive looking graphics for.
Yeah, artwork, man, like album art.
If you've seen the version of Starship Chameleon on the archive, it almost looks like a picture of Snoopy with a hand-drawn saucer, and that's it.
Oh, wow.
Like, this is so far beyond what they did in North America.
And Curtis, I believe that a lot of this Dragon is actually purchased and put out. Because when I got my Dragon years ago, they had cassettes with that, and they were from our third-party vendors and stuff. So that might be one of the reasons why.
Yeah, no, they relicensed them, and Ken Kalish in particular he liked the Dragon market a lot better than he liked the North American market. His last couple games were exclusively Dragon at the time. I'm gonna try to get Time Bandit since that's our Game On challenge here.
Yeah,
there we go.
The nuclear green Time Bandit, huh? It
But
looks like a movie poster back there.
Blue brick wall.
Looks like a movie poster.
Don't forget the yellow ones too.
It says there Dragon 32 and Tandy Color 32K, huh?
Yeah, they spell color right too, which is extra bonus.
Micro deal. And I'm sure some of that artwork might be available in the World of Dragon archive if somebody's looking to get a digital copy. Trek Booer. Look at that, huh? That looks good.
Yeah, so pretty interesting that they just started the channel literally this last week. So I'll be following this one.
Yeah, send them a message too. See if they want to come on. That'd be cool to kind of get a neat.
More dragon content.
More dragon content. We need more dragon. Gotta have more cowbell.
Well, next week when we actually catch up on news there, I'll probably have to see if we can do that. I do have some dragon bits in the news. Maybe I'll sneak those in now.
Okay.
Like after a break.
Okay.
Anyway, that's all I had for the Game On.
All right, so we are going to take a commercial break, and then we are pressed for time. We've got about a half hour left on our self-imposed 2-hour show limit today. So real quick updates from 2 or 3 people who said they had something they wanted to share. And
let's do updates first, and then I'll do any news if we have time.
Yep. All right, so just trying to figure out what commercial break we want to do. I don't know why. How about we're going to do the Gunstar Nightmare Highway. That's what we're going to do here. There we go. We'll be back after these words, everybody.
And now these messages.
Radio Shack, America's technology store.
Computer shopping has never been better at Radio Shack. Here's proof. Our new ultra-high-performance 386SX 20 megahertz computer with 85 megabyte hard drive, only $12.99. And it's from Tandy, manufacturer of the best-selling PC compatibles in America. Or get a 286-based Tandy home office computer with color monitor and hard drive, only $899.95. Shop your friendly nearby Radio Shack. Great selection, superior service. Nobody compares.
ESP8266-01 RS232 TTL Wi-Fi network 4-pin DIN Fitbanger DB9 PC IP DriveWire
Good day. This is Nick Marionettes. Crikey. After you buy Gunstar...
Stop right there.
Okay, fine. After you bought Gunstar, go ahead and buy your copy of the Coco Fest edition of...
Nightmare Highway. Nightmare Highway.
It's a quarter of the quality at half the cost.
Hello, I'm David Ladd. Thank you for watching CoCoTALK, the world's leading live CoCoTALK show.
This portion of CoCoTALK brought to you by Placeblex Dietary Supplement. Placeblex, thought to help you with your floppy life.
In a world where hard drives rule and floppies are superfluous, one man, one legend, one old fart dared to learn the floppy and took the brunt of jokes. Then all hard drives and SSDs died, but the floppy survived. And the only man who knew floppies became a legend once more. Floppy Life, the David Ladd story. This summer, straight to YouTube.
8-slot MPI, floppy drive, Coco SDC, Sound Speech Pack, Orchestra 90, RS-232 pack, modem pack, Super IDE. You start adding all those together if you want them all usable at the same time. Well, guess what? You just went over the 4-slot MPI.
And now, Coco Thoughts by Samuel Gimes. Wait, I thought we were playing Fun Star.
Fun stuff.
All right. So we have been socially distancing since 2017 here on CoCoTALK, keeping it 6 feet 6 inches away or more. We are not
6 to
sneezing.
9 inches.
That's right. We're not sneezing. We are not coughing. We are keeping it. We are virtual teleconferencing like all the cool kids are doing these days. We've been doing this for a while now. So I think Rob Inman, you posted this. Is Rob Inman still here? You posted a link, but do you want to remind everybody what's coming up at 4 o'clock today? The TRS-80 Trash Talkers live Zoom call.
Coming up at 4 o'clock today, Stevie Stroh, it's Trash Talk Live.
That's right. If you guys are not familiar with TRS-80 Trash Talkers, that's another podcast. They focus not on just the Z80, but all TRS-80 machines. So I'm sure they're probably
Z80.
That's right. They're probably Z heavy, but I'm sure they get into some Color computers and other systems there, and Tandy and whatnot. So they're not always live. So this is a great chance to live talk to those guys. I believe Rob Inman posted the links. If you want to do it again, Rob or Fred,
yes,
whoever, post the Zoom link and the YouTube link if you guys want to check Trash Talk. We're trying to end our show, so they have time to come in here with the sanitary wipes and wipe down the internet before they get in the studio and air their show. So social distancing.
This time I'm just going to watch and instead of joining in, because I think I hogged it a little bit too much last time I was on.
What a shock. What a shock.
I'll let smart people
So we have a few people who mentioned they had an update to share. So who was one of those people? Jason Reichard, why don't we start with you, because you also want to show off what Nightmare Highway, the physical package, looks like. And then I think Terry Steggy was one, and I think Mikey too.
Well, I had a couple things arrive in the mail this week, and this was actually unexpected. I got the physical copy of Nightmare Highway in this wonderful
Nightmare Highway.
Yes.
It's got a disc and everything. It's got a little insert.
Look at that.
And it has some alleged bonus features. But
okay.
No autograph.
Yeah. Thank you, Ken. I did not. I did not. This was a. I guess this was a promotional sample.
Okay. This is an unsolicited. Full disclosure.
Full disclosure. Unsolicited promotional
if you
sample.
did not pay for it, you still paid too much, right? So
yeah, you still paid too much. And it's got all the endorsements on the back, from this will not be on my site from L. Kurt S. Boyle.
That's great.
He can never mention it now.
Yeah, it's all you got that on the back. It's in the disc again.
Okay.
And so that was a surprise, and that was really cool. But earlier in the week, I also got my copy of Gunstar.
Gunstar,
which includes the updated Coco 3 version of Donut Dilemma with joystick support, which I have yet to try. But
and a black border.
With a black now with black border.
That's right. Now, how much would you pay?
Yeah, don't answer yet.
It's running behind me.
and I have my my Nightmare Highway branded toilet tissue.
That's right. Spaceballs, the movie, Nightmare Highway, the tissue, right? So.
the toilet tissue, yes.
Does that come with the game?
No.
Oh, if it came with the game, I would buy it right now.
I know.
Right, I know
Get
that
it.
would be a great thing. And I also have the big package of Diet Dr. Pepper, for these uncertain times.
Okay. Just so we are short on time, let's give everybody equal time. Terry Steggy, did you have something to share too?
Got a couple things. I'll be quick.
Okay, and then we're going to move on to Mikey. Time permitting, we'll let somebody else speak too. Trying to run this like a professional show here, folks. Doesn't happen every day.
Well, there's a first time for everything.
Yeah.
I got a TDP version.
Ooh, Project Nebula. I love that game.
Thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
I also got the complete microcomputer newsletter. Basically all of them.
Wow.
And I had to show the very first one that had the...
Oh, look at that. What do they call that graphic there? There's a name for it.
James
it's like
Diffendecker?
Taurus or something like that, right? That image?
It looks like a
bunt pan.
Yeah.
I just call it the James Diffendaffer because that's the hat thing that he puts on his icon.
And the last but not least, I finally got my unicorn of unicorns, an unopened version of Super Logo.
Super Logo. Oh my God. I've never heard of Super Logo.
Not the regular one, but the super one.
It doesn't even look that yellowed.
Does
it have a cape?
Super Logo is here.
How many versions of logo did we have in the Coco? There's color logo, super logo,
DL logo, Dale
DL
Ayers.
logo. There's a disc logo,
regular logo too as well. So yeah. Anyway, I was ecstatic to get this guy.
Super
That's
Logo.
so cool.
That
Did
is.
it come with a cape?
Does it actually have human augmentation where the circuitry makes its way into your organics and you merge with the machines, or what's going on here?
I've been scared to open it to know. I don't know.
Yeah, you might
Where's
become
the-
like the
where's the
lawnmower
cape?
man or something.
Either that or it's the
That's what
geekiest
this lawnmower-
tattoo ever.
You're right. That would be a cool tattoo. You're right.
Guy stuck
manual
inside of
that's
the
in
chip. How did that guy get in the chip?
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, thank you.
All right. And then we also have from San Jose, California, creator of Pi Drivewire and DW Term, Michael Furman. Mikey, he likes it. You were going to give us an update as well, so you have a captive audience, sir.
All right, then you don't mind if I take a couple minutes?
Not at all. Do you need to share too? I can stop sharing if you need to share.
Yeah, I'm gonna share in a moment.
Okay.
So I've been saying over the last couple of weeks that I have been furiously working on DW Term, and I made some major progress over this past week. So I am going to give you guys a little demo.
Neat. Does this require
Right.
TTL or RS-232?
You guys see that?
We do. We see a very
I've only got 4
fast...
slots.
Yeah. I only have a 4-slot
right.
MPI. Will I be able to run this?
So I'm using MAME here.
Okay.
And I have a development version of DW Term disk in here. I have an I'm still working on this, but it works well enough to actually demo. Since I'm on an emulator, I'm going to load the Becker port version, and I'm going to go ahead and run this. And if you see on the selection screen, there's something new. Coco 3 has ANSI support.
Oh, P Mode 4. I want to see that.
I'm not going to demo P Mode 4. You can work on that later. The ANSI support is actually quite a bit more impressive.
Okay.
So I'm
Okay.
going to go ahead and go into this and.
Oh, I thought we were on a Coco 1 or 2.
No, this is Coco 3.
Coco
So
3.
demo. I'm logging into my local computer. Oops.
Merci,
Pause.
Steve.
Give me a second. Okay. Term equals ANSI. Resize. All right. So I'm going to run a test program, and this will actually be pretty cool. So this test program is used to basically test out all the functions of the terminal. So this is going to demonstrate cursor movement. So it basically I don't know if you saw, it drew some stuff on the screen.
It went by so fast.
After it drew some stuff, it said this line should start in the home position, which is this corner here, which it
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
So this test worked. And then basically this test, it says there's one line on the top and one line on the bottom.
Okay, so
That
screen
works.
positioning. Yep.
Right. Moving the little cursor around. And then it has a whole bunch of other tests where it draws a
Oh.
bunch of stuff on the top of the screen. It has a bunch of these different ones.
It's
And
pretty
these
fast
all-
too.
These
Because
all
it
work
looks like
perfectly.
you're going from right to left. You're doing like an Arabic thing there.
It's drawing in all kind of, drawing
Yeah.
in whatever pattern it is. And then I can also do another test, SGR. So it actually has reverse video and underline and blinking. We don't have bold, so that's what this test does. This is just testing out all the various things that you can do with ANSI. So there's one more test I can do here, and that's color.
I was gonna say
Which
that's where...
took me a little while to get working, but you can see that all the colors are actually working. So this is all coming over into my emulator, into a Telnet connection. I think the next one is a little bit more impressive. Yeah.
Oh wow!
This one's pretty cool.
Wow,
Right?
Mikey.
But this is all working great.
How many colors
So,
are we getting? We're getting 8?
This is 8 colors.
Okay.
I don't have all 16. ANSI only has 8 colors.
Okay.
It doesn't have 16.
Okay.
I think there's a little bug here. This little corner out of there.
Okay.
But I'll have to figure out what went wrong with that, because it used to work correctly, but somehow it broke.
Okay.
Anyway, I'll figure out what happened there.
You added too many new
Okay.
features. That's the problem.
What's that, Mark?
You added too many new features now, and you broke something.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's enough for this test program.
Show us those 8 colors again at the same time. That was impressive.
Oh, you want to see that again?
I
Okay.
do. I liked that.
All right.
Yeah, this reminds me of the old BBS days with Ultimature.
That is
let's
so
go-
cool.
let's go to
oh,
this one where you
that
can
is
see the
gorgeous.
whole
This is
matrix.
like me. This is like me being David Ladd having a floppy-gasm. I'm having an ANSI-gasm right now. This is.
Hello,
All right. So I can since this is kind of working relatively well enough, there's just one of the programs I'm using for testing on any Linux or Unix. They have a top command that shows all the processes,
Oh, neat.
and you can see that the screen is updating just fine. I'm
Yeah.
going to change this to CP. Whoops.
It's pretty damn quick too.
Yeah.
Have you done anything to optimize how the Coco outputs its 80 column mode? I know Sockmaster had tweaked the display rights and stuff.
I haven't. This is still, for the most part, this particular display here. Sometimes it kind of messes up. I haven't figured out exactly why, but I started out with writing this in C, and then I'm slowly going through and optimizing various parts in assembly, but it's working pretty well.
Yeah,
so
it's
this
pretty
is
damn
this is
fast.
what you can expect in an emulator using a Becker port. You can also expect this kind of performance on like a Coco 3 FPGA or Mister or something like that. Possibly also, I haven't tested on real hardware yet. See, it just screwed up. But anyway, if you're using the Bitbanger port, it's not going to have this kind of performance. So
Yeah, our 232 package should be able to, or even better yet, the 16550s.
right,
Are you running a 9600 baud here, or what speed are you at?
No, it's Becker port.
Oh,
Becker
okay.
port is
it's
virtual.
as fast as the Coco can read and write it from the port.
Yeah.
All right, come on, let me out of here. There we go. All right.
Mike Miller was asking, were you using CMOC when you were doing this in C?
Yes, this is if the history of DW term is that it was my very first project to use CMOC. Okay, it's not color, but I want to try a little fun thing. Let's see what this does. I need to look up the address for this. One
Where's
moment,
the explosion
please.
sound? Let's see what this does.
Okay.
Towel
Let's see what
that
happens
blinks.
if we run this. I have not- This is live. I have not tested this before, so
Uh-oh.
we're gonna see what happens.
We'll do it live.
What does this button do?
So you're joining a Telnet BBS right now.
That's right.
Okay.
Well, there's Dutch. What's that? That's Dutch.
20th century
look
text.
This is so.
Oh, is this the Star
Oh,
Wars?
it's moving.
This is a
It's
Star Wars
moving.
thing.
Oh, wow.
I've never run this before. You
I
can
remember
see
running
that
this in
it's
Ultimate
not,
Tournament. It was pretty cool.
It's not really that fast actually when it does something like this. It's if you run this in like a Unix terminal, it would be way faster.
Okay.
But,
It's still
you know,
cool that this actually runs though. And your obviously your screen control codes are working. So
If you use the disk basic one Ultimate Term that Ken Johnson wrote back in the early 90s there, he had it running 19.2 on our 32 pack running with ANSI emulation. It actually ran at a pretty decent clip. You could see the animation. But you're still optimizing it, so you'll get there.
Yep.
A New Hope. This reminds me of the old PC stuff where you could see the cursor every time anything updated on the screen. Hey, Neo. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Boner.
This thing is so long.
Yeah, that's cool though.
I would love to have seen it to where it actually draws like after it does the scroll, it draws like C3PO and R2D2 after this. But I think you guys. Do you mind if I show you one more little?
Not
demo?
at all.
I have to
This is
reset
cool.
in order to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. We're
This
just
is
going
really
to
cool,
go
Mikey.
and
Thanks for sharing this with us.
Reset the Coco. Maybe run it. And oh, that's not cracked. It's not supposed to be red.
You change your palette for
admit
Gunstar.
nothing.
Bonus feature.
One moment, please. All right.
It was the Russian mafia that hacked you. That's why it turned red.
So I don't know why that's red. That's really interesting. All right. So I use this website called Telnet BBS Guide, and I just sort of pick one at random. Let's see what this one looks like. So we'll just connect to one Telnet BBS. BBS.
We got like 46 people watching us live right now. Wow.
That's not gonna
We're
work.
sorry.
I typed it wrong.
Times 46. Yeah.
Yeah. We owe a lot of
Hey,
apologies
Corona.
today. Yeah.
Oh, I have a small update while his screen is loading.
Okay.
My Coco 2 is still awesome.
Five.
All right, this
That's
will take a second to load, but it should. This one is actually
Ooh.
there. We go.
Oh
That
my
looks pretty
goodness,
cool.
that is cool. Power BBS, like a radio
So
station.
what
right?
I can do is I can improve the way that this looks by providing some translation, because we can't this is the Color Computer 3 hardware screen.
Uh-huh.
So hey, there are even some things blinking. I didn't even
Yeah, the
didn't even
stars are
notice that
blinking. I
before.
can see the stars are blinking.
That's pretty cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think that's enough to give you guys an idea of what I've been up to with DW term, getting ANSI support on. I plan to do it right now. It's Coco 3. I have to work on it more. I plan to also do ANSI support for the VDG screen, but I have to keep plugging away at this. But that's been my progress. So.
Oh, that's amazingly impressive, Mikey. Thanks for doing this project and thanks for sharing it with us today on the show.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, that's good. Like 2 weeks worth of 2 weeks worth of work, and it's still not, it works well enough. It's not perfect, but it's getting there. It's getting there.
Kind of like this show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
I think Mikey will get there before this show does.
And we've also been joined by Fedor Stamen. That's Simon Jonason's neighbor, and
Yeah,
our
hi,
friend
sorry.
our friend Fred Hickey in Brazil, right?
Oh, I was muted. Yes, in Brazil.
Yeah. Hey, welcome, guys. Yeah, we unfortunately we're doing kind of a short show today. Rob Inman, do you want to give out the links again for the TRS-80 Trash Talk Zoom call that's about ready to take place in about 5 minutes?
Thank you. I'd be glad to.
So we're
Quick update.
Is Rob still stuck in the Coco?
Rob is stuck in the computer. Yeah. So
I
Rob,
am stuck in a TRS-80 Model 3 at the moment.
I think we have a soundbite for that somewhere. Yes.
He's the Coco the Coco Talk lawnmower man.
Gotta get home from the Coco bed. Stuck in the elevator.
Oh no.
Gotta admit we don't smell the best.
So feel free to post that link anytime now, Rob. There we go. Fred Dufois is posting the Zoom link. All right, a little bit of Stuck in the Elevator coming at you. Number 9 on the countdown.
NBC.
So,
Stevie Kasem,
that one.
Yeah.
Stevie Kasem.
Yes. So yeah, 4 p.m. The TRS-80 Trash Talkers. They have a monthly podcast dedicated to
5 minutes.
It's in 5 minutes. So we're posting the link to their Zoom call and their YouTube channel. So if you want to hear more old guys talking about old computers, we're gonna get off the internet so they can get on it here and give the cleaning crew time to get the Clorox wipes and get everything sanitized before they get in the studio here. So thank you everybody for being here. I guess maybe later on we'll have to do another live thing tonight. Maybe we'll get into playing some Time Bandit later on or something like that. So. We'll go ahead and we're gonna forego the closing credits and everything else. So this, everybody, final thoughts, parting thoughts. Mark Overholzer, anything for the folks at home? Okay. Rob Inman, any final thoughts for our folks at home?
I just love each other.
All right, love each other. Keep
From a distance.
6 feet 6 inches away. Nick Morota.
Yes.
It was great being here, and thanks for everybody taking part in the Coco game challenge.
Absolutely. And Damon, you're working hard, keeping your people safe.
Well, we were actually just wound it up. Looks like we're going to be good for Monday morning. So
excellent.
Just
Jason,
as it's over, I'm finished and I can talk now.
All right, good, just in time. Jason, the Coco Man Riker, final thoughts?
Yep.
Wash, rinse, repeat. I got nothing. I mean,
right.
This is too early.
Yes, and we'll have to have a second show later on tonight. L. Curtis Boyle. Maybe we'll get to some news later on. We'll do a part 2.
Because otherwise we're gonna have 3 weeks to catch up on.
Yeah.
Stevie, I'll post the link to the last live stream that's recorded. People are saying that the link isn't going anywhere, so I will.
Oh. Okay.
It was reposted
maybe it's not. Maybe the Zoom call's not open yet. Diego, thanks for being here. Any parting thoughts?
Pleasure. Hey, no, just want to say, Gunstar, it's the first of Nick's games that I ever bet, man. First one I ever get to the end and win it.
Oh, congratulations.
Hey.
Congratulations. Alan Huffman, great to see you. Any thoughts? Stay calm. Don't panic.
Yep, I'll try to get back next week. I got some show and tells saved up.
All right, excellent. Brian Weasler.
Take care, all.
All right, John Strong.
Take care, everybody.
Okay, Michael Furman, thanks for that update on DW Term, which does not require OS 9, right? So from an RS-DOS prompt, we can terminal and we can ANSI, all kinds of stuff.
Just because you guys said it was impossible, Mikey
That's
did
right.
it.
Mikey said, "Hold my beer." All right, so Fred Hickey.
I just came here. I was watching the whole thing before. Just came here to thank you for saving my afternoon.
Ah, good. Thanks for joining us.
Are the best. Keep safe out there.
You too. Yeah. Fedor.
Damn it. Yeah.
Yeah. Congratulations on your new job, man.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm really glad. Yeah, about that. Although in the background, I've got this background picture that's a little Coco project I worked on like a year ago and kind of dropped. But maybe I'll revive it this year. I don't know.
Excellent.
Got too many plans, too many projects.
I hear you.
And yeah.
All right, Mark B.
Yeah, I ran out to the mailbox to the last break, and my gun store was
Gunstar.
there.
Excellent. Chet Simpson. Parting thoughts for the folks
remember
at
to eat all your vegetables, kiddos.
home. Drink your Ovaltine. David O'Connor.
Vegemite is supposed to be spread thinly, but if you eat it by the jar full, it kills coronavirus.
And everything else.
Then follow it
I'm
up with
screwed.
butter.
Nick Marentes.
East is coming.
There we go.
No, it's not.
Hey, we just got joined by David and Sharon, Mr. 6809. Parting thoughts?
Well, I want to thank Nick for bringing us a good game to play.
Finally, yeah.
And it was a lot of fun.
First time for everything.
Excellent. And David Lord got here, snuck in on us. Thanks for being here, David. Not sure if you're muted or unmuted. You get the final word.
I hope Chet brings Cuthbert to Digger.
Cuthbert. Okay.
There's a thought.
All right.
Cuthbert goes digging.
Cuthbert goes dig about, right? So, all
We
right.
dig it.
All right, well, guys, tune in to the Trash Talk if you need to hear more trash talking. We're going to press the button. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Everybody.
Bye, everybody.